Good morning, Plum here, playing World of Tanks. I'm back! Christmas is over. Always want to say thank God, but no. It was a very enjoyable Christmas, spent all of it with my family and had no time whatsoever to do any proper videos. Hence, there were no proper videos in the last, what was it now, nearly 2 weeks without a video. Holy cow, what have you all been doing? Watching everyone else's, I guess. So, we are going to watch Motocross Hero from the Biscuit Clan. And he is in his newly purchased KV-122. This is the new Tier 7 premium heavy tank. It was on December the 21st. You could buy this tank on the advent calendar. Now it's got a lovely 122mm gun. This gun does get better characteristics than the IS or the IS-2. It has a better aim time and so forth. It just handles a little bit. It's marginal. It's still a bit derpy. In terms of what it can do. Ooh. We're just making that IS, wish he wasn't there. Big difference though, is the hull armour on these two tanks in front of you here. The IS and the IS-2 get much better hull armour. The KV-122 does not really get any hull armour whatsoever. You're aiming at one of these things, aim for the hull, because it is just going to get wasted. And this IS is about to get wasted. Motocross absolutely dominating this flank at the moment, being really aggressive. He is top tier heavy. I mean, when you're a top tier heavy tank, you think, yeah, I want to actually play this game the way it was intended to be played, so I should probably push up hard. I'll be happier in an IS or an IS-2 pushing up this hard, but obviously the other IS player didn't seem to want to agree with that summation. There's the tier 7. I'm playing that tank at the moment, the Swedish IKV. And we've only managed to take, is it 1 hit of damage so far? I think. We are quite fortunate because the enemy have got quite a few tanks to shoot at. If they're all shooting at us, I don't think we'd have this many hit points left, to be honest. But we are pushing hard and fast. This is going to be quite a quick game. There's not long till it's over, actually. We're already up to 1,128 damage. A little bit more spotting damage also. I think we're going to pick up the Scout medal in this match in a KV-122. It does have much better mobility than the its IS brothers in the Tier 7 Russian heavy line, so it does have that going for it. Hello, Bert. We'll always one-shot a Bert. The alpha damage on this gun is actually very impressive. It is 390, so there's an M. He's toast. Come on, 1 second, 1 second. Fire! Taking out 2 artillery in quick succession. Reload time isn't horrendous. It's a Tier 7. Oh my god, we're going to get the 3rd artillery now. He's coming to dead us in the face, but I think maybe our reload caught him out slightly. It's not bad. It doesn't have as high a DPM as the other IS tanks, and it's certainly not a KV-1S replacement tank, just simply because the hull armour's not up to it. If you're alone in one of these things and you've got 2 mediums, I think you're probably doomed who are going to be able to flank you. They're just going to penetrate your hull on every single shot. Don't aim at the turret on this tank. It is bad. Our team's capturing the base. It's a real walkover this match, but this is the first KV-122 replay I have been sent in, so I feel like featuring it as it's a new tank in the game. I don't think there's much longer left on the clock, you know. They've only got a handful of tanks left. There's the E25. Oh, he's not looking at us. There's the Stuart and Mill, who has just been wiped out, and we get 162 spotting for that as well. Can we get some more damage done? We've done 2,949 damage. We're running out of tanks to shoot. The E25 does appear to be in a relatively safe spot if he doesn't get hit by artillery for us to get close to shoot him. Is he going to come around on us? I'm watching the mini-map, seeing which way. He is coming this way. He is coming this way. T29 will probably wipe him out if he can get the shot in. Bit of splash from artillery. We're riding up on this high ridge. Oh, that's unfortunate. It would have been nice to drop down on that guy. We are detected though. I think the Challenger might be swinging his gun around to look at us. I do like all the little details on this tank because it's a new premium. I'd like to embellish their premium tanks a little bit if they can. So we've got a bucket. What's that for? A couple of sandbags. What are they for? I don't know. We've got 2 sandbags, men, and we need to defend ourselves. What should we do with them? I don't know. We couldn't get any more damage done in that game, but you can see the gun is rather pleasant to use on the KV-122. Thanks for sending that one in, Motocross. Let's take a look at your post-game stats and see how you did. That was good enough for his ace tanker. We also pick up a mini medal, fire for effect. We also pick up the Pascucci's medal for destroying 3 enemy self-propelled guns, and we also pick up high caliber, top gun, and maybe a little bit more unusual in this machine, we pick up scout. But it does have excellent mobility. Like I say, it's better on all terrains than its brethren, so it's a bit of an unusual heavy tank in that regard. It kind of plays like it's got a heavy tank turret stuck on a medium chassis. There really is so little armour on that chassis, you can penetrate it at all angles. It's pretty hopeless, but that's the trade-off for the extra manoeuvrability. So when it came up on the screen on the advent calendar, I was tempted, because I know the 122mm guns at tier 7, you know, anywhere, wherever they appear, they're always pretty decent guns to fire. You get a good alpha damage on them. So, but you get a pretty big bloom when you're firing, and they can be a bit trollish. So, I've already got plenty of tanks in my game. I didn't do it, but rather glad that Motocross did, and I'm happy to put it up on the channel as my first KV-122 replay. Let's look at his team scores. And yeah, more than twice, well nearly twice as much damage as the T29 on his team, and a healthy chunk ahead on the XP terms too, and most damage. So always nice when you can click on all these and that name just stays resolutely at the top. Most definitely your game there, mate. Well done. Right, let's take another look at another replay, and after that we're going to take a look at all of those tree windows that were sent in over Christmas. I wish I could have got them out during the Christmas time celebration, but I couldn't. It just wasn't going to happen. So they're all going to go up on the end of this video, so we'll have a good 10-minute glut of Christmas trees at the end. And actually one that I shot, which is rather pretty, when we went out one day. You will see. Okay, let's roll over into the next replay. Right, welcome to the second replay. This is Jodry34. This is a first time sender in it. I think they've matched I did from Motocross. He was also, I mean that's the first Motocross replay I have shown. So a time to shine for our new sender inners. This chap sent me a very kind email saying he appreciates the channel and so forth, and I appreciate the very kind email that you sent me. Thank you very much. This is your first replay you've ever sent in. I might have had one or two more from Motocross, I think, but that's the first one I've actually done on the channel. Anyway, this is Jodry's time to shine in his T67, and what a little tank to shine in. I mean, it's a T67. It's a beautiful little tank destroyer. Absolutely. Oh, it's venomous, this little tank. If you get on the wrong side of it and it's in the mood, it'll totally tear you up. Has an excellent reload, highly manoeuvrable, and the damage on the gun is really satisfying. We just don't like being shot at like most fragile glass cannons. This most definitely fits the bill, but this one, maybe unlike some other glass cannons, is a little tricky to hit when it's on the move. It is damned fast little machine, and being little makes it quite small. That's what the word little means. It's tricky to hit this little thing when it's flying around the map. Pokes ridgelines well, and there's lots of ridgelines on this map, isn't there? Swamp. We are top tier, which is good. Always nice to be top tier. Now we're deciding to push down to the southwest corner of the map, I think. Trying to get shots on. Long range shots at the moment. Not a bad idea in this machine. I mean, it only has got 360 hit points. You can see the KV up there has got 600, more than double. They disappear very, very quickly, the hit points in this little machine, particularly if you get hit with high explosive. They will wreck your crew. Now we're tracking this Locus, good map awareness. I thought that was a really good lead then. I'm surprised that missed. But it was a bit gutted then. I think that was a perfect lead. I think the gun just didn't behave itself then. It seemed to just go off ever so slightly. Good map awareness though. So we've got the KV-1S over in the distance, and now we've got some shots on enemy tanks. This is what this little tank is capable of doing now. Watch this. I've not watched this before. I'm just assuming he's going to just plough shot after shot after shot into the Churchill 3 or the T28. Oh, it's like a fairground game where the ducks just kind of do this in front of you and you've just got to keep shooting them. Keep shooting, mate. Don't stop, don't stop. Get a kill, get a kill. Nice. Jodry gets his first kill. Oh, there's nothing more satisfying than being sat back in a tank destroyer with lots of enemy tanks to shoot at. It does feel like an arcade game then, good and proper. SU-85 is hunkering down behind those rocks. He's poking out. He's out. If we can get a tracking shot, that would be awesome. That one just missed. Oh, there's a couple of real nice targets to shoot at over here. Churchill 3 is being a little bit more cautious this time. Nice lead that time, mate. Nice lead. Absolutely nailed it. The T28, I think, is just YOLOing it, trying to get shots on this KV-1S. The KV-1S is sitting pretty at the moment. He's just dug in. But he has got, was it 3 enemy tanks surrounding him. We're trying to help him as best we can, but he's in that low ground over there. There's not a lot we can do from back here. Would you push up in this situation? I'm not sure that I would. When it's 3 against 1 and you're in a very lightly armoured machine, I mean, maybe if you're in another heavy tank, maybe a minute ago you could have started pushing around this right hand flank maybe, but not in this tank. You're doing what I would do, and that is snipe from the back. You stand a better chance now of when they crest that ridge. I mean, they know you're here because you've been shooting at them, but you know they're also quite low hit points, so I think you're doing the right play here. He did ask me in his email if I'd give a little analysis of the way he played this game, as he's not been playing very long, only a couple of thousand games under his belt, and would like a little input. I'm not sure I'm the best person to ask about. I mean, we have to see the tank with the most hit points first, don't we? What have we got to support us? We've got a VK up on the ridge behind us. Scores are pretty level now, actually. We've got to be sneaky here. I don't think he's seen us. He's not pointing his gun at us. Something else has spotted him. Right. If we can take out that Churchill. Perfect. Don't worry about the KV-1S. You've got a rate of fire here to wipe that guy off the map. This is looking good. So we've got the KV-1S. Now, because I've not watched this, I don't know what he's going to do, but I myself would probably break contact, not go frontally on him, and try and swing around behind him. He's going to probably keep pushing, you'd think. He's probably looking at the scores thinking, my team's doing alright, the enemy team's doing alright. But I'm quite close to their base. I can probably sniff artillery. T28 on the map. Maybe our VK needs help. Oh, we nearly rolled over then. Well, this is good. He's actually doing what I said. You can never be sure. Thinking, yeah, this is a better play. Relocate. First rule of TD playing. Relocate after a few shots. Well, we can see him. You can see his rear tracks out there. Oh, we've just lost our T28. Now we're going to start feeling the pressure a little bit. This is why I love this game. It's when you get halfway into a match, and we are halfway into this match, when suddenly there's a few tanks here, a few tanks here, you've got lots of space, the maps are suddenly a lot bigger because its enemy tanks are spread out, and you have got fewer eyes on the field. We've only got, 6 and 5 tanks left. What do we do? What's the best play? Where's the best cover? Which tank can I out DPM? KV-1S is now moving up. He's probably got a line of sight on the Sexton, but he's not going to take it, the KV-1S. He's going to keep aiming at us, I think. We can see the enemy tanks on the enemy team down in the south. It's just us. I think we're hoping to goad the Sexton 2 into shooting. I might have hesitated at doing this manoeuvre at that point in the game, simply because the KV-1S is a pretty mobile, heavy Russian tank, and it's always going to own you, it seems, if it can get around on you. I'd have been engaging that thing from distance. Somehow our Sexton 2 is still alive, I'm not sure. Luckily, the speed and mobility of our little T67 tank, which is serving us very well, has given us room to breathe. So he's taken out the Sexton. Now we've just got to come around on him somehow, some way, and maybe get this Marder 38T maybe to help. I think the Marder 38T is trying to help the Churchill 1. If we could just crest that ridge in, brilliant. Trees are exactly where we need them to be. We might get another sneaky shot off. Nice, good accurate gun this. I mean, look at this rate of fire. We can get probably 3 or 4 shots off before you can get another one off. Ooh, we do take a hit. Was it worth the trade? To take that guy out, it possibly was. You're dicing with death. I mean, if he rolled a bit higher, we would now be dead. It's paid off, so it's hard to argue with the result, but we now are a one shot. I think that tank in that situation, he's isolated, he's pretty slow compared to us. It might have been better to take those initial 3 shots and then withdraw and relocate further around. I bring the cursor up. So we were shooting at him across here. After those first 3 shots went in, maybe to come back round here and then relocate him and fire from cover up here and finish him off. Perhaps, just to hang on to the hit points. So they've still got 1 artillery, medium tank, is that their T28? And the M43. There's the T28. Now where's that little tank destroyer? There he is. I'll say he's probably on that ridge behind us. We've got to keep moving now. We're going to have to be so lucky not to get... Why are we not being shot at? What is the Sav doing? Oh, are we getting a little bit nervous now, man? That shot seemed to go a little bit wide. We managed to take a bounce somehow, remarkably, from the Sav. That's extraordinary. Jodri, your luck. I think because you managed to get to this far in the game has said, go on, have one on us. See if you can pull this out. So now what we've got to do is locate the Su-26. And we know where he last was. From my very poor memory, I cannot remember how quickly a Su-26 is able to relocate in this game. But I think we're going to type a little message here. Suggest him we stay together. That's my advice. I don't know if you got that from me. If it's just common sense. But unless you're sat right beside each other, that Su-26 cannot kill you both in one shot. So yeah, go find that guy together. The Marder 38T is a pretty mobile tank, as you can see. We've just got to go and dig this little termite out. That was a pretty nice game. I'm going to fast forward this until we go and find the Su-26, since that is the conclusion of the match. A well-played game, mate. You don't seem to have many issues or problems with your gameplay. I've certainly made most of those moves you did. Just a couple I pointed out might have worked out things a tiny bit better for you. You might not have this tiny hit point pool to play with right now. Return down to ×1. I don't know. Ideas in the comments what you might have done better in that game. Playing TDs is always very subjective because they're TDs. They are tanks that are designed to, stealth attack and ambush and so forth. So it's making those calls sometimes, whether you've got the hit point pool to allow a maneuver to trade points with an enemy tank. You can out DPM it perhaps. What teammates you've got around you to support you, just like in any tank. But in TDs, especially little light ones like this, which have no armour at all. Oh, he's at their enemy base. He's at our base. We'll just count down these seconds as quick as we can. He's going to survive. The one that got away. Anyway, I think they'll both be quite happy with that win. I certainly would be in the little T67. Let's take a look at his post-game stats. So that one was good enough for Jodri's first class mastery badge in his little T67. We managed to pick up some little mini medals, and we also get high caliber. Team scores. And in the end, that was a very nice result on damage being done. I mean, you came nearly double the next player on your team. It resulted in a very nice XP haul. Armada 38T that we were left with at the end, he also had a good game, picking up 738 XP. Quite close to yourself, Jodri. But yeah, in terms of your performance in that game, very nice gameplay, very polished, very smooth. Just a couple of little things. What were they? I can't even remember. Couple of shots at the KV-1S at the end. Yeah, maybe you could have just withdrawn slightly sooner perhaps. Pretty much aside from that, I mean, it was just literally making the most of your tank's ability to relocate. You maybe could have moved a bit sooner on one or two occasions perhaps, but I'm not really one to judge. I do tend to sometimes sit tight, and I think I should have moved a minute ago at least. But like I say, judging what to do in Tank Destroyer replay isn't quite as often as easy to determine what to do as if you're playing a medium or a heavy or any other tank class in the game, particularly in these little lightly armoured ones that can move so quickly. Anyway, cracking result. Thanks very much, Jodri. I'm sure that has hopefully made your day seeing that go up on the channel. Thanks for sending that in. I've got quite a few other nice replays I would like to get up on the channel, including one that's got 9,000 spotting damage. Active spotting damage. Yeah, you'd like to see that? I thought you'd like to see that. I'm going to hopefully get that up later this week. Right, let's roll over and take a look at some of these tree windows you've been sending in. There's quite a few to get to, so I'll keep them pretty short and snappy. But let's take a look and put some Christmas music on, even though it's a bit late. Right, this first one has been sent in by Glenn, and this is from Sierra Vista. Quite near Tombstone from the very last tree window that we did. Looking very festive. I'm so sorry I haven't been able to get these up during the Christmas break, really. I know some of you will probably still have these trees up, thankfully. At least I'm not doing these in February or something. But let's take a little look-see. I'll check who's messaging me in just a moment. This has got a really cool tree topper on it. Look at that, little Santa Claus. Just going off the tree and flying off somewhere. Very cool. Having snowmen above a fireplace. I can't condone that. Little Santa Claus climbing. We've got these little things that just come out at Christmas that just do things just for Christmas, just to hold the matches that light the fire. I like that bear too. What have we got on the tree? anything truly odd that I'd consider to be odd. We are looking like good old traditional Christmas decorations at the moment. I saw a lion on a tree the other day. I think I took a picture of it on my phone somewhere. I think I have to try and dig it out for you. I'm not sure what that is. That looks like it could be like a tiger hiding in the bushes, waiting to ambush a gingerbread man or something. Anyway, that is a nicely done tree, mate. Very, very beautiful indeed. I imagine all this has been opened and you've drunk, ate too much, perhaps. But thanks for sending it in, mate. Another snowman. That's the tradition in that family, I think, is snowmen above the fireplace. You know how ironic that is, don't you? I'm sure you do. Right, moving on to the next one. Right, and this next one is been sent in by Zen. This is their Christmas tree, and this is in Dubai. So we're globe-trotting once more. A bit like Father Christmas has to do on Christmas Eve, although he does get quite a long time to do it when you think about it. I think Father Christmas gets something like 42 hours because he moves with the time zones. He can start his whole Christmas Eve run when it starts, as soon as it starts on the first calendar hour, on the first, over in the Eastern Hemisphere, and he can then work his way around the globe with the sun and the spin of the Earth, and he gets something like 40 hours. So he doesn't do it in just one day; he does it in like nearly 2 days. But I don't like working for 2 days flat out. It's exhausting, frankly. But he's the man. He's the man. Steve's sorry because he keeps interrupting my video with his pings. I just told him between bringing up these two pictures, you're interrupting my video, god damn it. But that's kind of funny. So this is his tree, and is that a real tree? I'm not sure. I think Glenn's was real. I'm going to say that's not real. I'm not sure. It's a new game I'm going to play now, and all the rest of these trees. Is it real or not? That looks so dense and so thick. And where do you get Christmas trees in Dubai from? I can imagine that's not the most hospitable place to grow these kind of little mini conifer trees that are Christmas trees. Although it is real. I think that is real, So this is Zen's. Is it real or not? You can put this in the comments below. Zen. Real or not real? I think I'm going to skip back to Glenn's now to have a closer look at Glenn's, as it's the new game we're going to play with these. Right, here's Glenn's. Is that real or is it fake? I'm not sure. It looks so uniform and so perfect. I'm going to say that's a fake one, I think. I'll zoom in and let it linger for a moment for you if you want to make up your own mind. So Glenn, is it real or is it fake? I think that's fake. Let's go back to Zen's. Yep, Zen, I think that's real. So Zen, real or fake? Real, I think. Nice theme running through it though. That tinge of light blue against all the whites, very, very tasteful. Is that a pear? I think that's a jewel encrusted pear. If I could just make one Christmas tree, don't you get your dream football teams? If I could make a dream Christmas tree, I'd take that pear from that one. And I rather like that snowflake, that really jumps out at you. Yeah, the pear and the snowflake. And that little thing that was in Glenn's, that little tiger looking thing hiding in the corner. And there's an apple. You've got all these jewel encrusted fruits. Yeah, I'll take the apple, the pear, and that snowflake from Zen's. Let's take a look at the next one. Right, this is Crimson's from Finland. We all know Crimson. And slightly blurry image, which isn't really a problem. I'm just saying it is. Nice to get the ambient glow though of all the lights, because if you opened all the windows you'd lose all that ambience on the tree. Definitely off Crimson's tree we're having that Santa Claus hat. This is just like the thing in the game, isn't it? You decorate the Christmas tree. We'll have Crimson's Santa Claus hat for sure. Is that fake or is it real? I'd say looking at the base plate and how perfectly uniform it is, that has got to be a fake. I think you will agree. Yes? No? Yes? No? I'm not sure. Fake. Now this one has been sent in by Steve, who was just kindly interrupting the video. I'm going to keep on going on about that now. You're probably wondering, why is it only decorated halfway up? I think the next picture will probably explain why it's only decorated halfway up. It's not because of his dog. It's because of his little girl. It's like, I'm having that, I'm having that, and I'm having that, and I'm going to have that, and that, and that. Now, did you take everything off, or has she taken everything off, and that's as high as she wants to reach at the moment? Anyway, is it fake or is it real? That one looks real to me, just the way those connect into the upright. I'm sure that's real. I imagine it's fairly tricky to get hold of a Christmas tree in Austria, maybe, because I don't think you have traditionally Christmas trees there, or is it the Father Christmas? I can't remember which way around it is now. But what we're going to have off this tree for our super tree, I think we're going to have the little horsies, the red one and the white one, I think, because they're easily distinguishable. I think he has actually got the sun mounted, an actual real star is mounted on the top of that tree because it's really bright. That's what it looks like to me. There's also another picture he sent in, and that was made by his father or father-in-law. Sorry, I can't remember which one it is now on your email. But that is really nicely done. What is that snow made of? It's like plaster or something. So you've got to have a nativity scene somewhere in your house, it seems. I saw a really good nativity scene at the cathedral, which I'm about to show you actually, for my second tree window, which I'm going to show you right now. So on Christmas Eve, myself and the rest of my family, my wife and my 2 kids, we went to the city of Canterbury in Kent in England, where we do obviously have Canterbury Cathedral, which always looks fantastic on Christmas Eve. There's something about that rich royal blue sky against the sort of tungsten lighting that lights up the cathedral, makes it look all orange and gold, which it really is lovely. It's the only time of year I go into the grounds of the cathedral is Christmas Eve to see that view of it. It just looks fantastic with that amazing tree. And in the bottom here you can see the their nativity set up. We'll get a closer look at that in a moment, but here's their, I've done it for them. Canterbury Cathedral have sent me their tree window sort of. But yeah, stunning tree. That is definitely real because I was stood next to it, and you don't buy fake trees that big, I don't think. What's the biggest fake tree you can buy? I don't know. Anyway, Canterbury Cathedral, real. That is definitely a real tree, and that is their nativity scene. It's creepy. I think if I was a small child, I'd be freaked out by that. Oh my god, what's wrong with those people? Anywho, I'm going to leave it on that for that bunch of replays, and thank you for all the tree winners sent in. If I've missed one, I don't think I've missed any that have been sent in. I think that was all of them. Yeah, deep appreciation. Thanks very much, and I hope you had a good Christmas and the New Year. Even though I wasn't posting any videos, I did do a couple of live streams with Rich the Man, and if you want to see those, you can go over to his channel. I'll put a link in the description below, and you can watch those 2 live streams in their entirety. So that's going to be 4 hours of viewing. The first one was mostly just myself, Rich and Al playing. Then we dabbled with a little bit of Strongholds with the Biscuit Clan, and then the following week we actually did most of the stream with them on TeamSpeak as well, and we did actually play quite a few more Strongholds games, as well as some Platoon games at the very start. So we'll probably be doing that again this Thursday. I have been looking into live streaming, and I can do it. I believe my internet connection is fast enough, my PC is perfectly capable of doing the whole encoding and uploading and all that business, so it shouldn't prove too difficult. I'm just learning how to use OBS, which is a free to use bit of software which enables you to do live streaming via YouTube. I'll start on YouTube, and then when I've got about 1 million followers, I'll move over to Twitch. We will see. But yeah, hopefully coming very soon. I'm going to do a little bit of live streaming on the channel myself, and have a few of you along probably to Platoon with, and see if we can have some enjoyable gameplay and chat. Anyway, thanks for watching everyone. I hope you enjoyed the replays and the tree windows. You've got lots to write now in the comments, even though I'm probably going to get 10. Still lots to do. You've got to do the what you thought of the replays, advice on the T67 game, whether you think all the trees are true, real or fake. I think that's enough for now. A big video to come back with. You're welcome. Anyway, Kaida Pow, and I'll play World of Tanks again real soon. Take care. Bye bye.